The Premier League has a Chelsea problem, and not the kind you fix with a new striker or a new manager. We're talking about something much more dangerous.
I don't know for the other club, for sure. I know our situation that we need, as I said many times, we have players because of the history that we need to, we need to manage. Again, Wes, Reece, Pedro. We have 4 or 5 players. Romeo now is injured, but we have 4 or 5 players that, for their history, we need to protect, we need to manage. And I said many times that I would like to play all the game with Reece, with Pedro.
Chelsea's attack isn't just good. It isn't just improving. It's breaking football. Cole Palmer drifting inside with that cold, effortless composure.
Yeah, man, it's good.
Can you put it into words, that journey for you to where you are stood now, at the top of world football?
Yeah, it's been a difficult month. It's been a long month, but it's all worth it for moments like this.
Can you talk to us about
Esteval cooking defenders who have been playing professionally longer than he's been alive. Enzo Fernandez crashing the box like prime Lampard. Pedro Neto ripping through high lines like he's been teleported straight out of peak Wolves.
This is the best feeling, to be honest. The best feeling to be out here with his teammates, with his club, and enjoying this moment with this club to win this kind of trophy. It's an unbelievable feeling.
And when all of them click, when they're firing at the same time, there isn't a single team in the Premier League or even Europe that knows how to stop them. Today, we're breaking down why Chelsea suddenly have one of the most terrifying, unpredictable, explosive attacks in world football, and why every top club is quietly panicking behind the scenes. 2 years ago, Chelsea were a meme. Let's be honest. 12th place, a negative goal difference, a grand total of 38 league goals, which is what City scored by Christmas. A squad that cost £1 billion but looked like it had never met each other. A team so broken they were being compared to relegation sides. Chelsea were the punchline. The club that spent like a superpower but played like a mid-table project. A team with no identity, no structure, and no threat. Fast forward to now, and it's almost unbelievable how quickly everything has changed. This same club just dismantled Barcelona, making the Catalans look like a mid-table La Liga side. They didn't just beat PSG in the World Cup final, they humiliated them. 3 goals before halftime. The best team in the world on paper turned into training cones. Chelsea are back in the Champions League, scoring freely in Europe and pushing Arsenal, Liverpool and City as if last season never happened. So, what happened? One man happened. Enzo Maresca. When Chelsea hired him, most fans barely knew who he was. Guardiola's former assistant? The guy who took Leicester back up? People called him Budget Pep, as if he was some discount version of City's genius. Instead, he might be the exact coach Chelsea needed. The one capable of taking this young, chaotic, insanely talented squad and turning it into one of the most electrifying attacks in Europe. From the moment he arrived, Maresca didn't talk about pressure. He talked about potential. He walked into a dressing room full of 20 and 21-year-olds and told them their youth wasn't a weakness. It was their superpower. Chelsea became the fittest team, the most intense team, the most aggressive team. A squad that presses like Wolves, plays like City, but attacks with pure South American flair. That belief, that energy, is the foundation of this new Chelsea monster. Let's talk about the mastermind behind all of this. Maresca isn't copying Pep. He isn't imitating Pep. He's taking Pep's structure and injecting chaos, aggression, and unpredictability. Against big teams, Maresca doesn't play safe. He doesn't protect the box. He doesn't sit deep. He goes man-to-man chaos ball. He presses high, he squeezes the pitch. He dares the opponent to play through pressure that feels like a full-court press in basketball. Look at what they did to PSG. Maresca told Caicedo to go man-mark Vitinha, the third best player at the Ballon d'Or, locked him out of the game, made him look average. Cucurella suffocated PSG's wingers, the same wingers who usually embarrass elite fullbacks. Neto tracked Hakimi everywhere, denying PSG's most dangerous overlapping threat. PSG barely touched the ball in midfield. Every time they tried to build, a blue shirt slammed the door shut instantly. Against Barcelona, Maresca didn't even use a traditional striker. He used Pedro Neto as a false 9, because he knew Barca's highline could be shredded if runners came from deep. So he overloaded one side with Neto, Estevao and Enzo, then switched it quickly to isolate Garnacho one-on-one. Barca couldn't keep up, couldn't track the movement, couldn't adapt. This is Maresca's genius. You can study Chelsea all week, and then they show up as a completely different team. One match, Palmer plays as a drifting playmaker. Next match, he's a half-space second striker. One game, Estevao plays wide. Next game, he inverts and creates triangles in midfield. Chelsea aren't predictable because they're chaotic. They're unpredictable because their manager wants them to be. And that's what makes them terrifying. Now, let's talk about the players. Because tactics are great, but you need elite talent to execute chaos ball at this level. And Chelsea have weapons. Cole Palmer, Chelsea's crown jewel. Elegant, inevitable, generational. Palmer doesn't run fast, he doesn't look strong, and yet he destroys world-class players weekly. His touch? Gliding. His passing? Surgical. His composure? Ridiculous. This is a guy who looks like he's playing the game in slow motion while everyone else is sprinting. His numbers are outrageous, but it's the control he offers that makes him special. He's the metronome of chaos, the calm in the storm. And the scary part? He's only 23. He's going to get even better. Estevao. Brazil tried to warn us. Palmeiras tried to warn us. Chelsea fans weren't ready. This kid is different. His goal versus Barcelona was pure disrespect. He cooked Kubasi, chopped inside on Balde, and slammed it top bins with his weaker foot. A goal that a veteran scores at his physical peak. And he's 18. He's already in the same statistical trajectory as Mbappe and Haaland in their first Champions League seasons. He's fearless, direct, explosive. A threat every single second he's on the pitch. Enzo Fernandez. The biggest transformation under Maresca. When Enzo arrived, everyone thought he'd be a deep playmaker. Your Argentinian Toni Kroos. Sit next to Caicedo, dictate tempo, pass sideways. Maresca said nope, you're a number 10 now. He pushed Enzo forward, gave him freedom, gave him license to crash the box. Suddenly Enzo looks like a faster, more dynamic version of Lampard. He's scoring, he's assisting, he's making late runs that defenders cannot track. It feels like Maresca looked into Enzo's football soul and unlocked a version even Enzo didn't know he had. Moises Caicedo, the most underrated midfielder in England. Caicedo wins the ball back like he's reading the opponent's controller inputs. His anticipation is elite. His acceleration over 5 yards is absurd. Against PSG, he turned Vitinha into a spectator. Against Barcelona, he made De Jong panic under pressure. He isn't flashy, he isn't loud. But without him, Chelsea's attack collapses. He is the battery. Pedro Neto. People forget how good this guy is when he's healthy. Fast, two-footed, unpredictable. And now under Maresca, he's positionless. Right wing, left wing, false 9, inside forward. He can do all of it. His movement against Barca was brilliant. Dropping deep, dragging centre-backs, opening lanes for Estevao and Enzo. Garnacho and Sancho. This is where Chelsea's depth becomes horrifying. Garnacho. Direct chaos. Fearless runner. Someone who can produce a world-class moment out of nowhere. Sancho. Total control. Elite link-up. Creator with tempo and elegance. If Garnacho struggles, Maresca brings on Sancho. If Sancho needs rest, he unleashes Garnacho. At no point does the attack lose threat. Chelsea don't have a front 3. They have a front 6. All capable of starting. All capable of deciding a match. So here's the real question. Why is Chelsea's attack a problem, not just an improvement? Because nobody has figured out how to stop them. You press high? Chelsea will pass through you and Estevao will be running at your centre-backs within seconds. You sit deep. Palmer, Enzo and Estevao will pick your block apart with triangles and cutbacks. You go man-to-man. Good luck keeping up with Estevao's agility, Neto's movement, Garnacho's pace, Palmer's intelligence. You try to clog central zones. Chelsea switch to the wings and overload you with their inverted fullbacks. You try to push Chelsea wide, they flood the box with midfield runners and score anyway. No matter what you try, Chelsea have a counter solution ready. And that's why managers hate preparing for them, because Chelsea have become a tactical hydra. Cut off one head, two more grow in its place. The scary thing isn't just their unpredictability, it's their age profile. Palmer is 23, Caicedo is 22, Enzo is 24, Neto is 24, Garnacho is 20, Estevao is 18. This is a core that will be together for years, growing, improving, maturing, learning Maresca's system more deeply every season. If Chelsea are already dismantling super teams now, what happens when these guys hit their peak at 26, 27? That's the nightmare scenario for everyone else. This Chelsea attack isn't a moment. It isn't a phase. It isn't a hot streak. It's the beginning of something huge. Something potentially era-defining. If they fix their consistency, if they add one or two more elite players in key areas, they aren't just title challengers. They're title favourites for years. And deep down, every top team knows it. Chelsea's attack is becoming one of the most entertaining, explosive, and unpredictable forces in world football. The scary thing is, they're only getting started. If you want to see exactly how they embarrassed PSG and why the Club World Cup final was a tactical masterclass, check out the video on screen right now. Trust me, you'll understand why no one wants to play them. Chelsea are back, and the Premier League better be ready.